You are born on a Tuesday in February 1955 in San Francisco to a graduate student named Joanne and a Syrian teaching assistant named Abdul Fattah. They are not married. Her father will not allow it. So before you have a name, before you have opened your eyes, you are placed on a list of available infants and given to strangers. Your first transaction in this life is being handed over. The strangers are Paul and Clara Jobs. He fixes cars, she does bookkeeping. They live south of San Francisco in a tract house in Mountain View, in a valley still full of apricot orchards. There is no Silicon Valley yet. There are only the orchards, the fog rolling in from the coast, and a quiet boy who, sometime around the age of 6 or 7, learns from a girl across the street that he was given up, that his parents are not his parents, that he was, in her words, adopted. You run home crying. Your mother, Clara, kneels down and tells you, looking right at you, that you were not given up. You were chosen. She says it slowly so you will hear it, but the word stays, adopted. You spend the rest of your life trying to outrun a sentence spoken by a child on a sidewalk in Mountain View. Paul is patient with you in a way that does not match the rest of the world. In the garage, he hands you a hammer. He shows you how to take apart a carburetor. He tells you that the back of the cabinet matters as much as the front, even though no one will ever see it. You will repeat this sentence for the rest of your life in different rooms to different engineers, all of whom will think you invented it. School is a war. You are smart in a way that bores you and bores them. You skip a grade. You play pranks that humiliate the teachers. A woman named Imogen Hill, Mrs. Hill, bribes you with $5 and a giant lollipop to do your homework, and something cracks open. You learn that someone seeing you is the only currency you have ever wanted. You meet a quiet, brilliant kid named Stephen Wozniak who is 5 years older and can do things with electronics that look, to you, like sorcery. You do not understand the circuits the way he does. You understand something else. You understand that what he builds you can sell. You understand that the world does not pay for genius. It pays for genius wrapped in a story. You go to Reed College in Oregon and you drop out within months, then you stay. You sit in on a calligraphy class because nothing else is required of you. You learn about serifs and proportional spacing and the weight of a letter form on a page. You will say decades later that this was the moment the Macintosh became inevitable, though of course there is no Macintosh yet, and you do not know that you are saving up these details for a war that hasn't begun. You go to India, you shave your head, you come back thinner and stranger, you eat only fruit, you don't bathe. You sit on the floor of a Hindu professor's office and refuse to leave. You take LSD and you say later that it was one of the most important things you ever did. You are looking for something, a frame, a discipline, a way to make the noise stop. Zen comes closest, Zen and the orchard quiet of your childhood. In 1976, in your parents' garage, you and Wozniak build a wooden box with a circuit board inside it. He designs it. You name it. Apple. You sell 50 of them to a local store for $500 apiece, and the man who buys them is the first person to look at you the way you needed to be looked at since the woman on the sidewalk. Then comes the Apple II. Then comes the money. Then comes a girlfriend named Chrisanne who has a daughter, and you deny under oath that the child is yours. You name a computer Lisa and tell people the name means nothing. You will not see this child for years. The boy who was given away gives someone away. You do not see the symmetry yet. You may never see it. The Macintosh ships in 1984. You stand on stage in a black bow tie, 28 years old, and pull a small beige machine from a canvas bag and it speaks. The audience screams. For 90 seconds, you are the most loved person in the room. A year later, the board fires you. The CEO you hired to run the company tells the directors it is him or you, and they choose him. You are 30. You weep in your car in the parking lot. You go home and you call your friends and you cannot finish a sentence. The thing you built, the thing that finally proved you were chosen, has chosen someone else. You do not recover. You retaliate. You start a company called Next and pour your wound into it. Black cubes, magnesium cases, the back of the cabinet again. You buy a strange computer graphics division from George Lucas for $10 million and rename it Pixar, mostly because you don't know what else to do with it. For most of a decade, both companies bleed money. You are the failed prophet, the man who got fired from his own life. Then a small movie about toys comes out and earns $400 million. Then Apple, dying, buys Next to bring you back. You walk into the building you were thrown out of 12 years earlier and you fire almost everyone who fired you: the iMac, the iPod, the iPhone. The years compress. You become the most famous CEO on Earth. You wear the same black turtleneck every day, partly as branding, partly because choosing clothes is one more piece of noise. You scream at people in meetings, you make them cry, you also make them do the best work of their lives, and most of them, when asked later, will say they would do it again. In 2003, a doctor finds a tumor on your pancreas. It is the rare, treatable kind. The kind that, caught early, you can survive. You refuse surgery for 9 months. You try fruit juice. You try acupuncture. You try a psychic. The boy who was given away does not trust the people in white coats holding the knife. By the time you let them cut, the cancer has spread. You die on October 5th, 2011, at 56 in a house in Palo Alto, surrounded by the family you eventually built and the daughter you eventually acknowledged. Your last words, according to your sister, are, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow." The boy in Mountain View who learned on a sidewalk that he had been given away wanted to build something so beautiful, so closed, so perfectly sealed, that no one could ever return him. He succeeded. The objects he made are in a billion pockets. Whether he was ever, in the way that mattered to him, chosen, that is a different question, and it is the one nobody, including you, seems to know the answer to.